Hello, sexy human being. Welcome to the Center of Light. I want to do a couple of things real quick. My computer is not happy. I might have something running in the background. I caught it from some website. I've been using the minimal amount of antivirus software as possible. I got a new browser, whatever the reason. So I'm just checking a few things. It is what it is. Tonight is Center of Light Vacuum. Center of Light Vacuum. Space. We're going to be talking about space. Yes, space. It's a double entendre. Space meaning space or space, but also meaning inner space, but also holding space. It's a triple entendre night, and I'm going to do everything in my power to bring these three together, and tie a beautiful bow with outer space, inner space, and holding space for someone. Hello, Kelly. I would be on YouTube with you, Kelly, but my computer's somehow, I have a serious, huge, robust computer. I just upgraded it to the wazoo, and it's taxing. So I will see you here, Kelly, and everything's backwards. So I will see Kelly, and she's right there. That beautiful lady right there. She's gorgeous. I love her. For those who are first-timers, you spiritual virgin to Center of Light, you. Homecoming Crossing the Bridge to the Soul. My new release is bestseller. You can find that link to this phenomenal 30 years. I have other books that didn't take that long, but this is a compilation. 30 years of my life's beautiful play, spiritual work, compressed into this book. Worldwide publishing. I am so grateful. If you have read this book, now would be a phenomenal time to go back to Amazon where you ordered it from and leave a review. Cool? So tonight is Center of Light Vacuum, and I promise it won't suck. When we talk about space, outer space, inner space, holding space. And I'm going to do my best to put it all together. Because those words, well, Keith, they're two different things. Space, then holding space. Or are they now? There is a marriage happening in the word space. This presentation, Time with You, hanging out together in the Celestial Bar, was inspired by Charles Thiels. He's like, Keith, stop it. Stop it, Keith. Thank you, Charles. He said, we're talking about music and the importance of empty space, because music without space is just one long note. I got something delicious coming up for you a little later about emptiness. It's going to be delicious. So tonight we are going to be holding space. And I don't mean holding space for people we love. I mean holding the idea. Not only is it an idea, it's a reality. And I'm going to do my best to set it right in your lap. You're holding it. It is you. It's holding you. See, space is already holding you. It's holding you. That's why you exist. So space is holding you. And in turn, if we want to be like space, the galactic, the cosmic, the divine to infinity, we have to learn. We can choose to learn. Holding space. In return. Did y'all see me shrink? So tonight is center of light, vacuum, void of all things, without exception. Inspired by Charles. The empty space between life, or what we think life is, truly is life. It's the empty space. It's the still possible moments. Doesn't mean you don't go to an amusement park and hang out on the roller coaster and have a great time because there's so much activity and excitement. That's not really what I'm referring to. I'm referring to about the subtle nature of reality, which is truly divine to the level of principality and beyond. Same way you are loved beyond measure. That is a treasure trove. It exists simply because you're thinking about it. Well, Keith, I'm not sure. Well, of course you're sure. You understand the concept I laid into your experience. Do you not? Where does that exist? Where does it come from? What is that? This thing that Keith uttered some words, or someone uttered some words, tickled some hairs in my ears, vibratory response, the brain starts interpreting it by what we have learned, what we believe, what we don't believe, but it does not nullify the truth. And the truth is, you are affected on some level by what I share. So now, when we take this seed at God's speed, this God seed at God's speed within ourselves, it's like watering the plant. And you can, in fact, you have no choice. You're always going to water the plant or the weed. Whenever you're not watering one, you are definitely watering the other. Hello, beautiful Rena. Hello, Pamela. Charles is in the house. He says, the words of the prophet was written on studio walls, concert hall, I'm salesman. What's up, Link? Vicky? Why not just grab this link or just hit the share button? Why not? What else you gotta do? Just share it. Let's share space. There is so much room. There will always be space. Now, you tell that to someone from the UK, as cramped as they feel, the intervals are just a little closer together. The intervals of people, the intervals of home, counties, so forth and so on. Europe is clustered together. It's crammed together. But there's space. And in that space is no different than the space we have here in America. You get someone who's never been to the States from Europe, and they're just freaking out over the expanse of it all. You mean the nearest person that lives to you is down the road? Yes! So tonight we're going to be holding space as space holds us. Outer space, inner space. What is all that deliciousness in between the celestial bodies? All that emptiness, the void. What is that? It seems like nothing. Oh, trust me, it is actually absolutely nothing. But it's a hell of a something, is it not? Space, inner space, holding space. So as space holds us in return, likewise, now that you are conscious of this very thing that we talked about, I've impregnated you with a God seed at God's speed. Now you're obligated, consciously, by default. And it will always be one's own fault if they don't follow through or follow in the program. Because as life continues, that thought is lingering somewhere back there saying, are you forgetting about me trying to bury me under a rock? I will never go away. That's space. Are you in the space? Do you allow yourself the space to be in space? In outer space, in inner space, and be in space. A place of grace holding space. It's already happening to me. I'm feeling it. Spirit is descending upon me like cloaking me with a garment. And you're feeling it as well, aren't you? Darn it, how delicious is that? You feel it. It's delicious. That is true space. That is reality. And it seems it's actually scary, isn't it? Allow yourself to be in the absolute quiet and willing to die. Because when you go into absolute quiet, I made a meme last night after my presentation. I think it was last night or night before. And it said, you deserve to be quiet. And I knew people didn't know how to take it, but that was not my intention. My intention was, you deserve to be in the quiet. But you can only say so much in words, in a text. You deserve to be quiet. In that space, if you allow yourself the opportunity to be in the grace of being quiet, not only are you in space or holding space, not only for yourself, but adding a quotient of light to the entire unified field is what you're doing. You're sounding off, you're firing off. Holding space. You're not only holding space for yourself, but you are actually holding space, the cosmos, in return as the cosmos originally holds space for you. Bruh, let me tell you something, bruh. When you get this wheel moving, you get your spiritual grooving. Do you see? It's not hard. And it's not just about the words I am ushering, sharing, bringing forth. It is that. But that's only a component. That is a vehicle that you just sit down in the chair. Don't put your seatbelt on. Take the fucking thing off. You don't want your seatbelt on in spirituality. In life, put the seatbelt on. In reality, take it off. You want to go in there balls to the wall, unbridled, unencumbered. Return your spirituality back to its natural wild state like it is at its essence anyway. There's nothing you can do about it. What can you do about the absolute truth, which is absolutely unbridled? You can't do anything about it. So what you can do about it from this point in that realization is, I'm simply going to jump on board with it. I understand law. I understand order. I understand law and order. Law on the earth is not law. You can stand on your head, you can jump up and down, you can tell your mom and dad, and there's nothing they can do about it either. It's not law. What you have on earth is not law. You have rules. We have rules. These are rules. Break the rule, you go to jail. I understand it. So let's get out of chaos and nonsense and into law and order. Law is, perfect law is gravity. Jumped off any buildings lately? Divine law, karma, purpose, dharma. There's many laws. Those are laws. They're unchanged. They can never be broken. One of those laws is you will always exist. That can never be changed, can never be broken. You will always exist. Always. ALWAYS, ALL space WAYS. Always, always. Exist. Always. You will always get back what you put out. You can never change that. Never change that. Never. It's eternal. That's law. In fact, you can't even, no matter how big of a chisel or jackhammer, you will not change the law. That's it. Another law is change will always happen. Change is non-changing. You can never buck that current. You can. Life won't be fun. I've learned that lesson. And I think I've finally won. These are laws. What we have on earth are rules. So when we look at what true space is, it's not just void or a vacuum. It is void from what we know in our sense of awareness as to why we call it a void. But it's so much, it's so full of power and my gosh, it's like icing on the cake or whatever's your favorite topping on whatever experience in your life. We call it space. We call it void. We call it emptiness. We call it nothingness. And in that nothingness, likewise, you can never love yourself until you are alone, void, empty of everything else. So you can feel the greatest possibility of you to the brim. Space. It's delicious. If you really allow yourself to look at the English language, the origin of words and the synonyms and the homonyms, they're all connected. Just because I blew my nose into a rag because I was sick. B-L-E-W. And the color blue. B-L-U-E. Well, I blew my nose into the rag because I was sick. Spelled one way. Well, what happens when you're not feeling well? You feel blue. B-L-U-E. See, they're already connected. Multiple times. So when you begin to see this amazing pattern of the English language, any language, but definitely the English language, which will be the final language, mind you, heart you, something else begins to reveal itself. And guess what it looks like? It looks just like that. It looks just like that. Check this out. And then when you clear, your divine parent says, "Ah, my dear, now you have consciously come near to me. In fact, not only will I not let you down, I'm here to exalt and lift you up." But in that meme, like I said last night when I posted it, that many people possibly took wrong is, you deserve to be quiet. That's space. I'm in the space. I'm quiet. When you go out in space, you're not really going out in space. You are going out in space, but actually what you're really doing is you're going so deep within yourself, your life calling has brought you to be an astronaut, and you're floating in space working on the space station. Can you possibly imagine what is happening to the beings or the people? Let's say people. No, let's not get into extraterrestrial. That's another show. But the human beings in space, as they look out and see home 250,000 miles away, and they're seeing all these star clusters that we can't see on Earth, they are able to see what I mean? This is all the power of being in space. Pretty powerful. Imagine what astronauts feel. They've been wanting this dream since they were a child. In their teens, they want to be an astronaut. So they follow the path. And next thing you know, they're 35 or whatever years old. And they're in the space shuttle with a rocket with God knows what kind of power up the wazoo, shooting their ass up out of this atmosphere into space. But this is not only about technology in this regard. This is also about a spiritual technology. Center of light. Spiritual technologies. You are the software, and you will engage that software fully when you're not so hard on yourself. So be aware of that hardware and become the software, the programmer of the software. Let's see who's here. Welcome to Center of Light, y'all. Vicky says, later on, download PC chillin' and run it. I get the viruses and Link, what's up, bro? Charles says, haha, exactly what I wanted you to sing. Made my night. Charles likes me when I go to my falsetto singing, yeah. Sup, bruh? Link says, got to the parking brake. Got to take the parking brake off and put the pedal to the metal. I can drive 55. So welcome out tonight, y'all. Tonight is Center of Light Vacuum. Space. I'm a space junkie. You look at my opening screens, everything is about space. I love the cosmos. But I'm sure many of you do as well. And you love the idea of, oh my God, what is that? Literally. I meant that literally. You're asking yourself the question, incorporating these words. God, which is, oh my God, what is that? So that is actually a prayer that you're offering up. Supplication. You're saying, you're asking God, whether you're waiting for the answer or not. Oh my God, what is that? So I'm going to wait for the answer. You're saying, oh my God, what is that? So why not wait for the answer? Fall into space to find out what the answer is on a conscious, spiritual, evolutionary way to say, oh my God, what is that? What is all this emptiness that seems to give rise to everything? He will tell you. He will tell you in the form of showing you. Hello, Kelly Bauman. Keith Anthony Blanchard is Center of Light TV tonight. Center of Light Vacuum. I got a few definitions. If you know me, I'm all about definitions. They paint a hell of a picture when we see it clearly. You got to open it up. You got to open this up. You have to open this up first. First, you have to open this up. Only so doing will you ever have the possibility to open this up. And when you do, this opens up, right? This priority list. 1, 2, 3. 1, the mind thinks it's the only thing that matters. So when the mind joins it to the heart, the mind realizes there's something other than me. And I may not have been as so important as I thought I was. Oh, and it's this place here. Right here. And because the understanding of the mind and its relationship with the heart already understands its relationship with the mind. The mind doesn't really yet get it. But when the mind catches up, then the ability to see the absolute truth, the mind for what it is, it's a tool that you use instead of it using you and making you a slave. And the heart being the generator, the power, the source of where the umph comes from. The eye says, oh my God, I can see. I'm open because now I see the truth. Seek and ye shall find. I'm going to play some different music. Going to be right back. I haven't played this music in a while. Some other Lavender Soul. I love all the Lavender Soul songs I've been playing. Let me see which one I'm going to play. Give me about 30 seconds. These are some other tracks on the album. I am selling the Lavender Soul CDs for $5. I have so many of them. I just want to put it in your beautiful experience. Let me find that. I'll see you shortly. And we're going to get into the meat and titers of Center of Light Vacuum Space. See you shortly.
Loving me, loving you, it's why I'm here to love you. Giving me all you do helps achieve the love in you. Never fear, your future is not your past. Tomorrow's not here, and yesterday never lasts. And if you're here, your mind is where it's at. And if you can hear, you might as well come back. 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 You might as well come back.
Welcome to Center of Light. I got my glasses on, y'all. I'm gonna be 57. So tonight is brought to you by Brush Buddies herbal toothpaste infused with activated charcoal, gluten-free, paraben-free, fluoride-free, dye-free, naturally whitens. It's phenomenal. Cool mint. I used to pay $4.99 for a tube somewhat smaller than this because I don't want my son taking the fluoride. I don't. At Whole Foods or whatever. It's a costly product. It's, you don't want fluoride in your stuff, so you're going to pay for it. I get it. Dollar Tree for $1. I bought 10 of them. And it's black. It's absolutely black. And when you brush your teeth are black. And you say, oh my God, I'm staining my teeth. No, you're not. Welcome to Center of Light. Good to see you. We're going to get right down to some beeswax. I want to get to the meat potatoes about, first thing I'm going to do is change this music. Nah. There we go. So now I'm going to put this sandwich together. We got the outer bread, which is outer space. We got the other bread, which is inner space. So we're going to make a sandwich. So the mayonnaise, or the meat that you put in the middle, would be holding space. So you have a combination of things coming together to make a beautiful, delicious experience. Sandwich, food, manna, whatever it is for you. So what is the difference between outer space, inner space, and holding space? Absolute nothing. It's space, period. Doesn't matter the adjectives you add to it, it's still space. So here we go. Welcome to Center of Light, everyone. Let me get my notes. Before I go into the thick of it, Center of Light, in fact, this presentation or the next one will be the last that I will do on my personal wall. It will be posted on my personal wall, but my platforms have come through Center of Light Radio on Facebook, facebook.com/Center of Light Radio. That's going to be the launching platform. I want to lean all my work to my business versus my personal. So my point is, you may not be notified unless you go to Center of Light on Facebook, which I sent every one of you. I did a select all, and so make that a part of that. Or you can go to youtube.com/Center of Light Radio, and it will naturally notify you if you subscribe. So there you have it. So now we're going to get into space. Let's go into space. We're going to get into space. Everyone knows, who are familiar with my work, my play, I'm really huge into definitions. Huge. So are you. Some don't like it, but there's no way we can live truly fully life without understanding what it is we're doing with the language that goes on in our head, even when we're not speaking. Hope you hear me loud and clear. Okay? So let's get into the delicious English language and understand what space is, though this may seem about the cosmos and the galaxy and space out there. Mind you, as I read you this, fall into that space of yourself that understands this. What is that? The hairs in your ears just begin to be moved because of the utterances of my mouth. And your mind, complexity-wise, goes through this thinking process of trying to put it all together. Well, I understand the English language, so I'm trying to make this is what he's saying. And this all fires off immediately. Immediately. In fact, you already know it. If you know me very well, you already know my delivery, what's coming, how Keith's getting into the screen, he's getting passionate, and you begin to understand that it's not about the words, and the words are just vehicles. What is that? Truly, have you ever asked yourself, when you are seriously engaged, enamored, admired, hunkered into a something? Of course, we're pulled into the experience, which is, I'm having a great time, whatever this thing is that's got my full attention. But have you ever found you in the one that's having this great experience? You have found you as to why you're in this joy. But what is this other component that says, oh my God, in this moment, I'm having one of those amazing moments? You have just taken the egg on Easter. You found the egg because you've been Easter egg hunting. But the goodies are inside. You have to crack the egg to get the yolk and the white, the purity, or the candy of the reward. That's what this is. It's delicious and powerful if you allow yourself this second full, this minute full, this hour full. Just be full. And you do that by being in space. So let's keep moving forward. What is space? By definition, you can't argue with definitions. You just can't. Definition of space: a continuous area or expanse which is free. I did not look at these definitions. I just grabbed it on Google and I threw them down. Space definition: a continuous area or expanse. Go drive over a high bridge. You want to know what expanse is? Go drive over the Mississippi River on a bridge wherever in the country. You'll know what expanse is. Which is free. It costs you nothing. Available or unoccupied. You meek explorer, you. You are a spiritual explorer. Even in your unconsciousness, you're exploring your greatest possibility. You're just not choosing to allow yourself to move into greater possibility only because what you were taught that cramped your space into a vice or in a closet, and you have never allowed yourself to simply at least open the closet door for starters, much less step out. A continuous area or expanse which is free, available, or unoccupied. A table took up much of the space. Similar room. I'm in a room. I'm in my bedroom. I'm in this room. And in this room, there's lots of room. Why? Because there's space. Go ask someone from the UK what they think about space. They're going to tell you something completely different. Continue with the definition of space. Expanse, extent, capacity. You will have full capacity when you fall into the empty space of infinity, which is infinite possibility. Then you will have infinite capacity. Area, volume. This glass has a volume of water, and I will have some. Water works well with toothpaste. Together, we have tooth grace. We clean the stains away from our teeth. Did you know that teeth health is all dependent upon your process of decision making? Teeth represent decisions. Spaciousness, scope, the ability to perceive, inner scope, outer scope. Here we go. Or what do you use to help with the plaque on your teeth? You use the mouthwash called scope. Latitude, expansion, margin, leeway, play, clearance. Headroom, room in the head. You will never have room in the head if you always have thoughts lying in the head's bed, always wanting to fire off because the mind doesn't know how to control itself. Leg room. I need some wiggle room, y'all. Get out my way. Don't smother this fire. It's an eternal fire. Let it burn. Elbow room. Gap. Interval. Opening. Aperture. Gulf. Cavity. Back to the teeth. Cavity. Cranny. Fissure. Rift. Crack. Breach. Break. Split. Flaw. Crevice. A crevasse. Interstice. Lacuna. Continuing with the definition of space. The dimensions of height, depth, and width, within which all things exist and move. Wow! The work gives the sense of a journey from where we think we are and where we think we're trying to get to, which we are already here. And when you finally get there, you will be back here. The dimensions of height, depth, and width, within which all things exist and move. The work gives the sense of a journey in space and time. I'm not cheating, y'all. I'm just reading this. Position two or more items, parentheses, at a distance from one another. Now I'm going to toss in entanglement theory. Look it up. I'm not going to tell you about it. It's worth your time. You deserve to be quiet and go into this space to look up this beautiful English language depiction of the truth. The entanglement theory. Position. Two or more items at a distance from one another. The houses are spaced out unless, again, you lived in the UK. I love it. Similar, place at intervals, separate, place, position, arrange, line up, line in a space of formation, in formation. I am in a formation. So therefore, you are supplied with information. Order. We talked about law and order, not rules and chaos. Array, dispose, lay out, deploy, locate. Oh my God, locate yourself. Settle, situate, set. Stand, erect for something. Get your spiritual orgasm on. I am erect. I am ready to become that which is Randy, Harney, for that which is beautiful and sacred. It sounds blasphemic, doesn't it? That's your issue, not mine. Station. Continue with the definition of space. Outer space, inner space, holding space. Informal. Be or become distracted. Euphoric. Or disoriented, depending on your perception and your level of how you see things, especially from taking drugs. Cease to be aware of one's surroundings. I get it in that context. So let me keep moving. So now we're moving to holding space. There is an actual definition for holding space. Means being physically, mentally, and emotionally present for someone. It means putting your focus on someone to support them as they feel their feelings. An important aspect of holding space, as space equally eternally holds us, is managing judgment while you are present. They are no different. The word space in all regards, means just that. It's being in the vacuum, the nothingness, which is the cave of samadhi. Your conscious unity with God, because when you step into the presence of your maker, you want something powerful and delicious, I will help you let go. I will throw you into the fire. No matter what you think, no matter what you feel, I'm not saying it's not important. I'm just saying no matter what you think and or what you feel, here's the deal. You can love it or you can squeal all you want. To shorten your path between what you think is you and what you are. Rock star that you are. Is to realize that when you step into the divine fire fully, all those years from now, you will realize none of it mattered, because it will all be shattered. Just like that. That's called doing the work. Or we can realize here and now and do the spiritual twerk, is to realize I don't know anything. You may have intuition, that's knowing. You may have ideas in a beautiful way that's powerful. You will know them by the seeds, their harvest. Ultimately, it's going to be shattered. Your religion is not only your faith-bound institution. It's how you treat your kids, how you allow yourself to be treated. It's your job. It's all just going to melt into nothing, into space, absolute space. Do we understand that what space actually is? It's the glue. It seems empty of everything. We call it the void, the emptiness of space, the void of space. It's everything. It's holding what we see as separate together. Space. It's the glue. It's the vibration. It's the thing that says you cannot possibly exist without me. I'm life. I'm spinning it all. What is that emptiness that is spinning the all? People look for life on other planets because they don't see it through a telescope. They think it doesn't exist. And they overshoot and fail to see that life itself is the one that's spinning the planet in the first place. So from Homecoming Crossing the Bridge to the Soul, an excerpt for you. If you have not bought this book yet, it'll take you inside. If you have, now would be a powerful time to go to Amazon where you bought the book, if that's where you bought it from, which I'm thinking, and leave a review. So from Homecoming Crossing the Bridge to the Soul, my dialogue with Spirit about space. I love it. I am a galactic junkie. I say to Spirit, this morning I saw a program on the Discovery Channel about the Hubble Space Telescope. It talked about how much science has learned. But what flashed through my mind was, as I was watching, was the PC technique you taught me earlier and how it seems to be the better way to explore the universe. The PC technique, the desktop icon on your laptop or your computer that simply says click here. So click here, and you go on a spiritual web surfing journey. And Spirit says, it is common not... This applies to outer space, inner space, and holding space. This came through me in 1996. I just throw all this together in a document, and it tells us it's painting its own experience. So I say this morning I watched a Discovery Channel program about the Hubble Space Telescope and how much science has learned. Is there a better way to experience the universe? And God says, it is common knowledge that when astronomers and other scientists intently look into deep space, to study cosmic occurrences, they are witnessing the light from events that actually took place long ago. All of their high-tech equipment might help prove some of their theories, but without inner vision, these experts will stay unaware of what is presently taking place throughout the entire universe. As long as they remain in a spiritually myopic state, they will not be able to harness the power that true cosmic knowledge can bring. On the other hand, spiritualists understand that light is the product of a pure, enlightened consciousness. And so they dedicate their lives to achieving just that. The more they develop themselves and begin to consciously connect to the omnipresent spirit, the more they are able to witness the grandeur of the universe here and now. And I ask the question, so are you saying, space, that light has no velocity? And Spirit says, Keith, it has none whatsoever. Light is everywhere at all times, or at no time, should I say, space. Just like a hologram, the whole is inherent in every fragment of light throughout the entire cosmos. You might say that God Cosmosis is taking place everywhere. The vacuum of space in which there is no matter. There's nothing the matter. Nothing's wrong. There's no matter. In fact, in the void of space, the vacuum of space, what we think matters, which gets shattered when we go into the cave of Samadhi, unity with God, since there is no matter to you, we have no experienced desire to create that which is of matter. That's called creation. Well, this matters to me, and as you hold onto something and begin to anchor the divine principle of that something, something is then birthed. But when you're void of all that, in space, empty space, inner space, holding space, all that lies as potential is the grace you're administering that to someone by holding space for them. I don't have any preconceived notions. I don't want any. I want to hold space. I want to hold my friend up in space. Metaphorically, up, God in the heavens. I want to hold my friend in a space of my inner self, but I want to hold space. It all is the same. The vacuum of space in which there is no matter, or in which the pressure, oh my God, the pressure. The reason we would hold space for someone in the first place is to offer them grace from pressure. Oh my God. Is vacuum space in which that there is no matter, or in which the pressure of life, but in which the pressure is so low, they don't feel pressure, that any particles in the space do not affect any process being carried on there. Oh my God, that's exactly what I just said. There is no matter, because I don't see something as wrong, so there's nothing the matter. So there's no need to project who I am in space, to have it reflect to me, to go, you see, I knew I had to be concerned about this something. I'm holding space for a dear beloved soul of mine. That there is no something, I'm just holding space. This is kicking my pants. It is a condition well below normal atmospheric pressure and is measured in units. Individual people, It's measured in units of pressure. The Pascal, Pascal, let me tell you what Pascal's law is. We talked earlier about rules. On earth we have rules. Spirituality is law. Pascal's law is a principle influent. Charles, if you're still here, this is for you, bruh. This is for Charles. Charles, most of you might understand it. Charles will get it because he's an airplane mechanic. Pascal's law is a principle in fluid mechanics given by Blaise Pascal that states that a pressure change at any point in a confined, incompressible fluid is transmitted throughout the fluid such that the same change occurs everywhere. Hello. When I read from Homecoming Crossing the Bridge to the Soul, when Spirit said that there is a God cosmosis taking place everywhere. Let me read that law again. Pascal's law is a principle in fluid, in mechanics. Fluid, brake fluid, whatever fluid. But fluid, looking at the English language, doesn't also mean a liquid. It requires one to become fluid, liquidy, or liquid-like. That is space. That states pressure change. Someone is feeling pressure of life. And I'm going to change that by holding space, by being fluid. At any point in a confined, someone is feeling this squeeze, incompressible fluid, I begin to transmit throughout my fluid, my juiciness of my divine sexy human self, in that holding space, that the change I foster within myself occurs everywhere. Pascal's law, read without me interrupting it. Pascal's law is a principle in fluid mechanics given by Blaise Pascal that states that a pressure change at any point in a confined, incompressible fluid is transmitted throughout the fluid such that the same change occurs everywhere. The empty space of space is what holds everything together like glue. For an example, let's look at an ancient Chinese proverb. It will deliver the impact of what truly being in space is. Nothing, void, infinite potential. Ancient Chinese proverb. So I'm going to ask you to participate. Not that you haven't, but I'm going to ask you to write down, just give me your answer, and I'll pause for 30 seconds. Ancient Chinese proverb. And we're going to be, this is all about space. Outer space, inner space, holding space. Ancient Chinese proverb. So I'm asking you a direct question. I want you to answer. There is a tiger in a cage. What holds the tiger in the cage? And I will wait. I'm not trying to show off. I'm not trying to combat you. I'm trying to get you a clearer space so that we can fall deeper into divine space. So what logically comes to mind that says, what holds the tiger in the cage? What keeps a tiger in the cage? Welcome to Center of Light. It's okay. There's no wrong answer. And don't think I'm going to come back and try to get on top of you. It's not about that. Just, I want to explore how the human mind logically works. I already know where my mind leans into as well. So, whether you respond or not is irrelevant. We'll look at a tiger. in the example of this tiger being in a cage. And we automatically, as humans, logically, our level of unconscious reasoning, when conscious reasoning is the seasoning of your harvest. But we look at the tiger in the cage and we assume it's the bars. I don't blame you for not walking into that trap. Pamela Sharp got it. She says it's the space, not the bars. So the bars doesn't hold the tiger in the cage where it's squat. You separate the bars from each other, he gets out. And all along, we thought we understood the truth. When I learned this, it knocked me for a loop. I felt my aloofness. So it's the empty space between the bars that holds the tiger. That's how powerful the empty space, the space is, more so than the actual metal bars. The spirit, the empty space, is stronger than any metal bar can possibly be to ever let a tiger out of its cage so it could be free and flee from the nonsense. Be like the tiger. Be like the empty space. Release yourself so you can at last get your roar on. Rah! Space. Are you living in a divine vibrational ambiance? What is a vibrational ambiance? Everywhere you walk, flowers bloom in front of you. The Buddha did it. Jesus walked on water and many other things. Do you see yourself as worthy? And hold yourself in a very divine sacred space. And until you try it and continue to deny it, you will never have the opportunity to exalt. Things do show up in life and give us a lift. Why not lift up anyway? Instead of waiting, hesitating. Space, outer space, it's grand, but it takes the inner space to realize how grand it is to actually come to that conclusion ever in the land of never. And so when we understand the outer space is only simply an understanding of a realization of inner space, then are we able to hold true space for those that we want to give our grace to. See, in essence, stop being so hard. I'm hard. I have many aspects of my life that I press. Some of it is intention, some of it is passion, but I can't lie to myself. Neither can you. Wherever you are struggling, check it out. The law says you are struggling. Should be a great lesson or an spiritual loving ass whipping. Wherever you're struggling, you're struggling. No right, wrong, in, out, up, down. It's just a fact of the matter. It's your reality. Joy is always evidence of the presence of God. And then there's no struggle. If God is omnipresent, joy should be everywhere. So we shouldn't be looking for God, by God. We're looking for God. I understand the idea and the possibility and the discipline of looking for God. It's everywhere. It's omnipresent. So what is it we're truly looking for? Because obviously we're not seeing the highest possibility, the highest reality, because we're looking, implying that we're not seeing. There's a huge difference between looking, seeing, and vision. Looking. It's not only important that we see, taking in information, because the mind's going to scramble it how it wants. But we must look intentfully to understand what that is moving beyond my own understanding of it. And then you are given vision. The vision only happens in space. Everything about God implies up. God is up, cloud 9. the celestials, the heavens. You go to New York, the Big Apple, you look up. Space, outer space, inner space. You look in, you go deep within. The way truly out is in. The way out of the maze is in. And the further you go in, the greater degree of space you can hold space for those you love. Take a song break, come back. I'm going to go into vessel mode, which I love doing it because I enjoy it. But the reason I really love doing it is the space I literally get thrown in. I'm the one that throws myself there. It's delicious, it's powerful, it's joyful. It brings me full of bliss. So I'm going to find a different Lavender Soul song than I usually play. Give me 1 second, I'll see you shortly. Your love beyond measure. Do you ever allow yourself to feel this kind of power? There's a lot in empty space. Just sitting and being. Hearing a good piece of music, some Pink Floyd, whatever it is you think. I feel it moving, so I'm getting into the grooving and share it with you. The greatest lesson about space will happen when you experience it. So let's do just that, unless this presentation will have no merit. It will have no point whatsoever. Do this. You are being dared. Don't hear what's being offered. Listen. Close your eyes. Fall into the empty space. The eyes will distract you. So close your eyes, dear one, and breathe. And allow yourself to listen from an empty space, a pure point of view, 0 point gravity. You have broken through the law of gravity itself. Get into the space where nothing matters. Not only does nothing matter, there is no matter. Nothing's the matter, but there is no physical matter. So you fall into the space of the spirit. Again, don't hear it, but listen to it. The words will be the catalyst to take you to empty space. And when you go into the empty space using the words as a vehicle, you will lose any auditory utterances. In fact, you will just be in the space. You will find yourself beyond what is being said. You will be laying in the graceful spiritual bed of space. Grace. So close your eyes. Listen to the power of the drums that arise from empty space. They are dancing. They are prancing about. They are romancing the stone, the spiritual stone that belongs to you. It's yours and yours alone. And there's a breath. So you take one. And now round two. You feel it? What is that? Serious question. What is that? If your eyes are closed and you are truly engaged, indeed, you will see that something is transpiring in you of monumental proportions. But don't take just simply a portion, take all of it. Own it. It's yours. It's your birthright. On this night, always has been, forever will be. Forever will you see what is being offered and proffered to you in this simple transmission of divine light. Do you feel that? So much so, the words are in the background now, and you're in your space. So now that you're in your space, spirit will hush. You want to know what that is? That is your ticket to paradise. That is the entry. That is the ID you show to St. Peter to let you in. That is your experience of crossing the bridge to the soul. It's not a song with lyrics because lyrics are distracting. It's the heartbeat of the earth. That's what you're worth. Feel that? Everything is in that. Not only the music that's playing, but the space they are coming from as they are laying it down for all of us. Even in spirit, we hear it from this side of the plateau. We hear it from this side of the plane. We hear it all. We are it all. So therefore, how can anything pass by us unmonitored? Are you monitoring yourself in such a way that you have become the quiet observer? That is truly your space of observation. Outer space, inner space, holding space, or the Trinity. It's the three components that brings it all back to its true self, which makes the fourth component, which is absolute power. Father, I am the only one. The Son, which is, I am the Son of my Father, which creates a two, somewhat a separation. And the Trinity is always about bringing this back to divinity. And such an understanding, an amalgamation, integration, graduation, becomes the fourth, which is absolute divine power. Every second, every minute, every hour, you unfold into the lotus flower, allowing yourself space from the world, from the noise, holding space for others to help them release the pressure from the world and the noise. It's all congruent. It's all the same deliciousness. It all is about space. Set your tiger free. Open up the bars. Slip out. Without a doubt. It's easy. I'm learning it. In fact, I'm unlearning it. I'm burning and I'm yearning it. And I'm churning it deep within. You see. I understand you have a life. Congrats. Many people don't have lives. Many people are waiting in queue to be human. We have it. I have mine, you have yours, we have ours. If you truly want to go back to the garden consciously, your life is beautiful even in all its pain. So what is there else to gain in it? You're gonna make me say it, aren't you? Space. I love you.